Happy New Year and welcome to Kelly's Anesthesia Tips. Today I am adding a long-awaited one from a coder friend who shared an interesting scenario that's rare but does happen, and it's on intersex claims. So I've got information to share, but I want to first credit Leslie Dennis. We share the same last name, but we're not related. We're just anesthesia friends. So thank you, Leslie Dennis. She had a female claim where the patient had a TURP, transurethral resection of the prostate, with the procedure code. That's the surgical, which she will crosswalk to an anesthesia code. And then just the normal diagnosis of N40.1. Now, the claim denied because after she checked into the claim, the patient was a male and had intersex change to female in the medical history. So to fix it, she added a Z87.890 and a KX modifier after the medical direction, because that's correct in that medical direction modifiers affect the payment more so, and those are typically required in your first as a payment modifier, where KX would be more of an informational modifier, even though it does affect payment. But the medical direction affects more of the payment, so that is what typically puts it in that primary spot. So she asked for good coding resources and asked for a video, which I appreciate, so it has been on my list. And this looked like a great one to start the year with. So again, thank you, Leslie. So I'll share some resources with you. And then one that Leslie shared as well. But now you all have the benefit of her having worked on this from last year. It was in 2022, and having it go through the process, deny, come back, research, redo this. So this was a several month period for her, and she's basically done all of the legwork, so I'm just sharing the information with you. So what happens, and I will give resources for this, is that when the patient has a gender specific procedure, they need to be identified as how the insurance company recognizes them. And I do have resources for that I will share with you. So in this example, it was the TURP on a born male but reassigned female. And the claim needs to go out how the carrier identifies the patient. So in this case, the patient was female but had a male procedure. But to override that, the KX modifier is appended after the medical direction modifier. Again, after the N40.1 code, diagnosis code Z87.890 is assigned after the primary. So that is your secondary code. Now I said I would share some resources with you. The first one is one that Leslie shared with us. So let's get over to that. Oh, sorry, I've got to get to the right place for this. There we go. Okay, the one that Leslie shared was a gender mismatch denial, which was posted on the AAPC website. And on this one of the very helpful people from California gave them information that was helpful for both facilities and for professional claims. So the facilities, I want to say it's a UB 42 or 92 or something like that, they would report a condition code 45. If you're a professional fee, which anesthesia typically is, we're going to append that modifier KX for professionals. And she did give the information directly from the Medicare claims manual. So when you have resources like that and you can follow them to where the information comes from, that is always excellent advice. And as I said, I would share additional, and all of these will be in the links for you, hyperlinked on the YouTube video. So this is the one from Leslie. And then I dug just a little bit more. So I found intersex isn't just what happens when you have gender dysmorphia or dysphoria, pardon me, and you change your sex. There are also children that are born with variations of sex anatomy. And this condition, DSD, which I did have to look up, is disorder of sex development. So that's a mismatch between a child typically, their chromosomes or genetic material, and the appearance of their genitals. So those typically present in infancy, childhood, or adolescence, and those were called intersex conditions. So when I'm looking up things and I don't understand what they mean, I keep digging just a little bit to find out. So I'll also, this was just a Google one. So I probably won't include this one in the resources because that's something you can Google on your own as well. Now back to this one, this condition is for the children with the DSD, no longer called intersex. And then we have the intersex based on the gender dysphoria. And I'll also share just a very current one because, as Leslie indicated, this is a coding topic that is fairly new. Not all insurance companies may cover. So if your insurance company publishes policy, or if the patient has a specific policy, you may need to check into that as well. Here we have that effective January the 1st of 2023, United Healthcare is expanding their benefits to include gender dysphoria. So as I said, I will include all of those links. Thank you for your patience between videos. I appreciate the opportunity to network with you guys like this, and I do, again, thank you, Leslie, for giving me some information that is helpful to share with other coders. So I do like to end with my be kind to others and generous with your knowledge. Thank you, Leslie, for being generous with yours today. Hope to see you all back here. Happy New Year. This will take you to a link for subscribing, and I appreciate everyone's time.